Hello, my dear friends, and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you joining me today on VitaPrime Health. I'm Dr. Victoria Langford, and it's a true pleasure to connect with you from here in Cambridge. Today, I want us to dive into a topic that, while sometimes whispered about, is incredibly important for men as they navigate the journey of aging: male vitality and intimacy. We'll explore some common concerns that arise with time, and then we'll shine a light on a surprisingly simple, ancient remedy: castor oil. This isn't about quick fixes or grand promises. It's about understanding our bodies, nurturing our well-being, and embracing intimacy in all its forms, with confidence and connection. You see, as we get older, it's quite common for men to notice changes in their intimate lives. For many of my patients, these shifts creep in gradually, sometimes causing a quiet sense of frustration or even embarrassment. I've had gentlemen in their 60s, 70s and beyond share with me, with a sigh, it just doesn't work the way it used to. They're often referring to things like blood flow, maintaining firmness, and that natural, spontaneous feeling of aliveness that used to be effortless. These aren't just isolated feelings, they're rooted in gradual physiological changes within the body. The changing landscape of male vitality understanding the shifts. Let's gently peel back the layers of what's happening internally as we age. Our arteries, which are wonderfully flexible in our youth, tend to become less elastic over time. This process, often called arteriosclerosis, means that blood vessels can become stiffer and less efficient at expanding and contracting. Simultaneously, the delicate blood vessels themselves can narrow. Imagine a garden hose that's slowly hardening and getting kinks. It just can't deliver water as effectively. This reduced flexibility and narrowing can significantly impact blood flow to various parts of the body, including the pelvic area, which is vital for intimate function. Crucially, there's another key player: nitric oxide. This isn't just a gas, it's a critical chemical messenger within our bodies. Nitric oxide acts as a vasodilator, meaning it relaxes and widens blood vessels, promoting healthy circulation. It's particularly well known for its vital role in penile erection, as studies have consistently shown that healthy levels of nitric oxide are key to that process. As we age, the body's natural production of nitric oxide tends to decline. This reduction means that the signals for blood vessels to relax and expand aren't as strong, leading to compromised blood flow and contributing to issues like erectile dysfunction. It's a natural physiological shift, not a personal failing, and understanding it is the first step toward addressing it. Common myth debunked. One pervasive myth is that sexual intimacy simply ends or becomes irrelevant after a certain age. This couldn't be further from the truth. While the nature of intimacy might evolve, the desire for connection, affection, and physical closeness is deeply human and continues throughout our lives. Healthy intimacy, in its broadest sense, which encompasses physical touch, emotional connection, and shared vulnerability, is vital for overall quality of life, mental well-being, and relationship satisfaction at any age. Dismissing it as just an old age thing deprives many individuals and couples of a fulfilling aspect of life. Our bodies change, but our capacity for connection endures and can be nurtured. Castor oil, an ancient remedy re-examined. Now let's turn our attention to castor oil. This isn't a modern invention, it's a remedy with a rich history, used for centuries across various cultures for its purported healing properties. What makes castor oil so interesting from a scientific perspective? Its unique composition, particularly the presence of ricinoleic acid. This fatty acid is the primary active component responsible for many of castor oil's therapeutic effects. Ricinoleic acid has demonstrated impressive anti-inflammatory properties. It's believed to exert its effects by influencing specific pathways in the body, such as inhibiting the COX-2 enzyme. COX-2, cyclooxygenase 2, is an enzyme that plays a key role in producing prostaglandins, which are compounds that trigger inflammation and pain in the body. By inhibiting COX-2, ricinoleic acid can help to reduce inflammation, much like some over-the-counter pain relievers, but through a natural pathway. This anti-inflammatory action is crucial because chronic, low-grade inflammation is often an underlying factor in many age-related health issues, including those affecting circulation and tissue health in the pelvic region. Beyond inflammation, ricinoleic acid also possesses analgesic or pain-relieving properties. While the exact mechanisms are still being fully elucidated, its ability to calm inflammatory responses contributes to a reduction in discomfort. And, of course, as an oil, it's inherently moisturizing, providing a nourishing and protective barrier for the skin, which can become more delicate as we age. Castor oil and the dance of circulation and nerve function. When castor oil is applied topically, especially with warmth, it's believed to work on a localized level, influencing microcirculation and lymphatic drainage. Imagine your body's intricate network of tiny blood vessels and lymphatic channels. The lymphatic system is like the body's drainage system, helping to clear waste and excess fluid. By enhancing lymphatic flow, castor oil may indirectly improve local blood flow and reduce fluid retention or swelling in tissues. This vasodilation or widening of blood vessels could contribute to better nutrient delivery and waste removal at the cellular level, supporting overall tissue health in the pelvic area. Furthermore, there's an intriguing connection to nitric oxide synthesis and nerve health. Some research suggests that ricinoleic acid might influence the body's ability to produce nitric oxide or enhance its activity locally. Given nitric oxide's critical role in circulation and nerve signaling for intimate function, this potential effect is particularly noteworthy. While direct human studies on this specific application are still emerging, the underlying science points to a supportive role in encouraging a healthier microenvironment for both blood flow and nerve conductivity. Additional clinical studies. The properties of castor oil, particularly ricinoleic acid, have been investigated in various animal studies. For instance, research in animal models has explored its anti-inflammatory effects by observing how it reduces swelling and cellular markers of inflammation in tissue. Other studies have looked at its impact on blood flow in specific tissues or its analgesic properties in pain models. While these studies provide a scientific basis for the claims, it's important to remember that findings from animal models don't always directly translate to humans. However, they offer valuable insights into the potential biological mechanisms at play and guide further human research. These foundational studies are what allow us to even consider its supportive role. Addressing tissue stiffness and inflammation beyond the obvious. One of the less talked about, yet deeply impactful aspects of aging is the gradual stiffening of tissues throughout the body, including those in the pelvic region. This can be due to collagen cross-linking, inflammation, or the formation of minor scar tissue over time. Castor oil, with its anti-inflammatory properties, is traditionally believed to help in breaking down minor fibrotic, scar tissue and reducing chronic inflammation. While it's not a magic eraser for established conditions, its consistent application, especially with warmth, may contribute to softening minor tissue stiffness and promoting greater tissue flexibility. This could be particularly helpful in conditions where inflammation and tissue changes are contributing factors. For example, the document mentions that castor oil can help reduce discomfort associated with Peyronie's disease. Peyronie's disease involves the development of fibrous scar tissue inside the penis, leading to curvature and often pain. While castor oil is not a cure for this condition, its purported ability to reduce inflammation and potentially soften fibrous tissue could, for some individuals, offer a degree of symptomatic relief or comfort. It's about supporting the body's natural healing processes and creating a more pliable, less inflamed environment. Safe and effective use, a gentle ritual for well-being. So how do we integrate castor oil safely and effectively into our routine? It's a simple, gentle practice that can become a meaningful part of your self-care ritual. Choose quality, always opt for pure, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. This ensures you're getting the highest quality product, free from unnecessary chemicals. The warm compress method. This is key for maximizing absorption and benefit. You'll need a piece of soft flannel cloth or an old, clean cotton cloth and a source of warmth like a hot water bottle or a heating pad. Preparation. Warm the castor oil slightly. You can do this by placing the bottle in a bowl of warm water for a few minutes. Application. Soak the flannel cloth with the warm castor oil. It should be saturated but not dripping. Placement. Gently place the oil-soaked flannel directly onto the desired pelvic area. Warmth. Place the hot water bottle or heating pad over the flannel. The warmth helps to open up pores and blood vessels, facilitating deeper penetration and action of the oil. Duration. Leave the compress on for 20 to 30 minutes, or longer if comfortable. This is a perfect time to relax, read, or meditate. Gentle massage. After removing the compress, you can gently massage any remaining oil into the skin using circular motions. This further encourages absorption and stimulates local circulation. Consistency is key. Like any supportive practice, consistency yields the best results. Incorporate this ritual into your routine regularly, perhaps a few times a week or even daily, depending on your needs and how your body responds. Patch test. Before widespread use, always perform a patch test. Apply a small amount of castor oil to a discrete area of skin, like your inner forearm, and wait 24 hours to check for any allergic reactions or irritation. The emotional side of male vitality, reclaiming confidence and connection. Beyond the physical mechanics, there's a deeply emotional component to male vitality and intimate health that we must acknowledge with tenderness. Many men, facing changes in intimacy, often experience feelings of shame, embarrassment, or a sense of loss. These feelings can lead to isolation, withdrawal from their partners, and a significant blow to their confidence and self-perception. It's a silent struggle for too many. Here's where a gentle practice like using castor oil or any self-care ritual can transcend its physical benefits. The act of consciously caring for one's body, especially a part associated with vulnerability, can be profoundly empowering. It encourages a mindful connection to your body. When you engage in this ritual, you're not just applying oil, you're nurturing yourself, paying attention to sensations, and re-establishing a positive relationship with your physical being. This process can be incredibly healing, helping to reclaim a sense of confidence and connection that might have felt lost. It shifts the focus from perceived malfunction to empowered self-care. It reminds us that true vitality is about more than mechanics. It's about reclaiming our sense of wholeness, confidence, and our capacity for intimate connection, whether with a partner or simply with ourselves. Patient Story 1. Frank, 70, from Manchester. Frank shared with me his journey of withdrawing from intimacy after noticing changes. It felt like a part of me was just gone, he confessed, and the embarrassment was overwhelming. When we discussed the physical changes and the concept of gentle self-care, he was skeptical about castor oil, but willing to try. After a few weeks of consistent application, not only did he feel a subtle improvement in local sensation, but more importantly, he felt a profound shift in his emotional landscape. It wasn't a miracle cure for everything, but the daily ritual of caring for myself without judgment made me feel more connected to my body again. It helped me feel confident enough to talk to my wife, and that conversation was truly healing. It brought us closer. Patient Story 2. Leo, 65, a retired teacher from London. Leo had been exploring various avenues to address his changing intimate health, feeling disconnected from his body and frustrated by what seemed like a decline. He tried some medications with limited success. When he began incorporating the castor oil compresses, he was surprised by the unexpected emotional benefit. It became a quiet moment for me each evening, he explained, a time to just be, to gently touch and acknowledge my body rather than feel disappointed by it. That mindful connection, almost meditative, was more profound than any quick fix. It helped me redefine what vitality meant for me beyond just physical performance. Patient Story 3. David, 78, from Edinburgh. David and his wife Clara had always shared a vibrant, intimate life, but aging had brought its challenges. David was initially hesitant to even discuss his concerns. When Clara gently suggested exploring supportive, natural approaches like castor oil, he was open. They decided to make the castor oil application a shared, gentle ritual. While David used the compress, Clara would offer a comforting hand or simply sit with him. This act of shared care, beyond any physical effect of the oil, deepened their emotional intimacy. It wasn't just about the oil, David reflected. It was about the connection, the understanding that we were in this together. It brought us closer in a way I didn't expect. Lifestyle integrations and broader wellness, a holistic approach. It's vital to frame castor oil not as a standalone solution or a miracle cure, but as a supportive tool within a broader, holistic wellness plan. As major health organizations often emphasize, evidence for many claimed uses of castor oil is still emerging or weak for some conditions. However, its anti-inflammatory, analgesic, and moisturizing properties, supported by animal studies and general dermatological knowledge, suggest it can play a valuable, supportive role in male pelvic health. To truly cultivate vitality and well-being, especially as we age, it's essential to integrate castor oil into a comprehensive approach that nurtures your entire being. Nutrient-dense diet. Focus on an anti-inflammatory diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods. Include plenty of leafy greens, berries, colorful vegetables, and healthy fats. Foods rich in nitrates, like beetroot and spinach, can also naturally boost nitric oxide production, which supports healthy circulation. Regular exercise. Physical activity is a cornerstone of health at any age. Regular cardiovascular exercise improves blood flow throughout the body, including the pelvic region. Incorporating pelvic floor exercises, Kegels, can also strengthen muscles crucial for intimate function. Effective stress management. Chronic stress can negatively impact hormonal balance and circulation. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies you love can significantly reduce stress levels, benefiting overall health and intimate vitality. Open communication. Foster honest, open communication, especially with your partner and with your healthcare provider. Discussing concerns with your partner can deepen emotional intimacy and allow you to explore new ways to connect. Being open with your doctor about changes in your health is crucial for identifying and addressing any underlying medical conditions. Professional medical advice. Always remember, if something feels wrong, if you have persistent concerns, or if you suspect an underlying medical issue, seek professional medical advice. Conditions like high blood pressure, hormonal imbalances, or prostate disorders can significantly impact male vitality and require proper diagnosis and treatment. Castor oil is a supportive aid, not a replacement for medical care. Patient story 4. George, 69, from Brighton. George had always been a pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of man, initially hesitant about discussing any health changes, let alone intimate ones. However, spurred by his wife's encouragement, he decided to approach his aging and vitality holistically. He started with dietary changes, added more regular walks, incorporated stress-reducing breathing exercises, and, yes, began using the castor oil compress. The biggest shift, he shared, was realizing how interconnected everything was. The oil helped me feel better physically, yes, he said, but the real change was in seeing how all these small habits, combined with open conversations with my doctor, created a much bigger picture of well-being. It wasn't just about fixing a problem, it was about living better. Question: how does castor oil actually affect blood flow when applied topically? When castor oil is applied topically, particularly with warmth, it is thought to improve local blood flow through several mechanisms. The ricinoleic acid in castor oil is believed to stimulate microcirculation, meaning it enhances blood flow in the tiny capillaries and arterioles closest to the skin's surface. It may also promote lymphatic drainage, which helps remove waste products and reduce fluid buildup in tissues, further supporting a healthy circulatory environment. Some theories suggest it could indirectly influence nitric oxide production or activity in the localized area, leading to vasodilation, widening of blood vessels. Question: can castor oil help with conditions other than just general changes in intimacy, like prostate issues? The document indicates castor oil's anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties. While it is not a cure for prostate conditions, its ability to reduce inflammation and discomfort might offer a supportive role for general male pelvic health. However, it is crucial to understand that castor oil is not a treatment for serious prostate disorders or any diagnosed medical condition. Any concerns about prostate health or any specific medical condition should always be evaluated and managed by a qualified healthcare professional. Castor oil should only be considered as a complementary, supportive aid after professional medical advice. Question: how often should one apply castor oil for perceived benefits, and for how long? The document emphasizes consistency for best results. While no precise frequency is given, many traditional and anecdotal uses suggest daily or several times a week application for an extended period, perhaps several weeks to a few months, to observe sustained benefits. The duration of each application with a warm compress is typically recommended for 20 to 30 minutes. As with any personal wellness practice, listening to your body's response is key, and adjusting frequency based on comfort and perceived benefits. Question: are there any side effects or precautions I should be aware of when using castor oil topically? Yes, absolutely. The most important precaution is to perform a patch test before widespread use. Apply a small amount of oil to a discrete area of skin, such as your inner forearm, and wait 24 hours to check for any signs of allergic reaction, redness, itching, or irritation. If irritation occurs, discontinue use. Castor oil is generally well tolerated topically, but individual sensitivities vary. Always use pure, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. Avoid applying to broken or irritated skin. It is for external use only. Never ingest castor oil unless specifically directed by a medical professional for its laxative effects, as topical application is a different context. Question: my doctor never mentioned castor oil for this. Why isn't it a more mainstream recommendation? Castor oil, while having historical and anecdotal uses, often lacks the robust, large-scale clinical trials in humans that are typically required for mainstream medical recommendations. While animal studies and its known chemical properties, like ricinoleic acid's anti-inflammatory action, provide a scientific basis for its potential, the comprehensive evidence for specific human applications, especially for male pelvic health, is still limited. Mainstream medicine tends to rely on well-established, rigorously tested interventions. This doesn't mean it's ineffective, but rather that it's considered a supportive, complementary remedy rather than a primary treatment. Question: can castor oil interact with any medications I'm taking for blood pressure or other conditions? While topical application of castor oil is generally considered to have minimal systemic absorption, it's always wise to exercise caution and discuss any new topical remedies with your healthcare provider, especially if you are taking medications for blood pressure, blood thinners, or other systemic conditions. While direct interactions are unlikely with topical use, your doctor can provide personalized advice based on your full medical history and current medications, ensuring your safety and well-being. Question: if I try castor oil and don't see results, what should I do next? If you consistently use castor oil as a supportive practice and don't observe the desired results after a reasonable period, e.g., a few weeks to a month, it's important not to get discouraged. This simply means that castor oil might not be the most effective strategy for your specific situation, or that there might be underlying issues that require different interventions. The next step should always be to consult with your doctor, They can perform a thorough evaluation, explore other potential causes for your symptoms, and discuss various evidence-based treatment options available to address your concerns comprehensively. Question: what does it mean that castor oil is not a miracle cure? When we say castor oil is not a miracle cure, it means it should not be viewed as a standalone solution that will instantly or completely resolve complex health issues, especially those with underlying physiological causes. It's a supportive tool that may help to alleviate discomfort, reduce localized inflammation, and improve microcirculation, thereby supporting overall tissue health. It works best when integrated into a broader wellness plan that includes a healthy lifestyle and, crucially, addresses any underlying medical conditions with professional guidance. It's about realistic expectations and a holistic approach to well-being. As our time together comes to a close today, my friends, I truly hope this conversation has offered you clarity, comfort, and perhaps even a fresh perspective on male vitality and the role of self-care. It's a deeply personal journey, navigating the changes that come with age, but it's one we can approach with wisdom, compassion, and a renewed sense of empowerment. Remember, tending to our bodies, even with ancient, simple remedies like castor oil, is an act of profound self-love and an investment in our overall well-being. If today's discussion resonated with you, if it sparked a flicker of hope or provided a new piece of understanding, I would be so honored if you'd join our growing Vita Prime Health community. Please, subscribe to our channel right now. It's a simple, gentle step that ensures you won't miss any of our future episodes, each carefully crafted to bring you evidence-based insights and heartfelt support for living your most vibrant life. And if you know someone, a family member, a dear friend, or perhaps a valued colleague who might also find comfort, inspiration, or valuable insights here, I would be deeply grateful if you would share this episode with them. Your sharing helps us reach more beautiful minds, fostering a community dedicated to well-being at every age. Thank you always for your precious time, your trust, and your unwavering commitment to your own health journey. Until we meet again, take exquisite care of yourselves and keep cultivating that wonderful vitality